Hey y'all, this is Tasha and thank you for coming back to Amazing Reads. Today I'm here as a part of the Hear Our Voices blog tour to talk about Now That I Found You by Kristina Forest. Now that I Found You is the story of Evie Jones, who is the granddaughter of the very famous Evelyn Conway, who is a movie star, who is now in her 70s and she is a recluse. Evie is betrayed by a close friend as her star is on the rise and put on the blacklist of Hollywood so she can't get any new opportunities. In an attempt to improve her career after the betrayal of her friend, she goes out to New York to visit her Gigi and present her with this Lifetime Achievement Award that her Gigi has no interest in. So as Evie and Gigi talk, they get into a fight, and then Gigi the next day disappears. And the book is about Evie and Milo, who is a 19-year-old companion who delivers her grandmother's groceries and eats dinner with her and things like that. They go around New York City in an attempt to find Gigi and figure out where she is. This was a very good book. I really did enjoy Evie as a character overall. I enjoyed being in her head for all of the story, and I liked her character growth throughout the story. There were times where I thought that she was a little tough on Milo because he is such a sweet character and such a sweet love interest that I thought that perhaps she was a little too rough on him and should have trusted him more, or should have let her instincts guide her. But she was still very hesitant to trust anyone after the betrayal, which is completely understandable. Milo as a character was great because he was just so sweet. Milo was such a great character. All he wanted to do was make it big with his band and, show his parents that music was his real passion and that was all that he wanted to do. I like the way that they contrasted each other, Milo and Evie, but also they had a whole lot in common, so they were able to feed off of those things on each other and improve for the better. Something that I did really relate to in this book was the familial expectations or perceived familial expectations. Evie's parents are famous documentary people. Her grandmother is this very famous movie star, so Evie feels like that she has to live up to their expectations, and it was very interesting to see how they were just something that she had in her head that they would have loved her either way, and how she finally came to that realization that her family's love is really all that she needed. Also with Milo, if he didn't get big, if his band didn't become big before like a deadline he set with his parents, then he was going to have to enroll in college and give up his dream of being a musician. I really like that too because Milo's parents were very Christian people, and they thought that he was making the devil's music, and growing up in a Christian household, I can relate to that to a degree. My parents aren't super Christian, but I totally got it. And how he didn't want to disappoint them, but he also wanted to be his own person. And I totally understood that from him. I also enjoyed how we got to see that our childhood heroes and things, they are people too, and they are flawed, and they have insecurities also. We got to see that with Gigi through the eyes of the people that they encounter when they're looking for her, and I really did enjoy that because it's so real. And when we put people on a pedestal and name them our role models, we perceive them as being perfect, and that's not always how it is. So I really like the way that was done in this book. I did read this in one sitting, and there was no other way to consume it because I just wanted to keep reading and know what was happening. It was the way that the writing and the plot was driven. It was really easy to do that. I never felt like the plot was lagging, but I also didn't feel like they were trying to throw everything in there. The reason why I gave this 3.75 stars and not a full 4 stars is because there were a lot of convenient things that happened, a lot of coincidences, and I know that that's sometimes necessary in a story, but there were so many of them in there that it became glaring. So I really didn't enjoy that much, but it didn't take away from my overall enjoyment of the story. I like the way that the romance was done in here. I like the way that the romance went. I like the direction that it went into, and I really did enjoy how it ended and how realistic that ending was, because so I really did enjoy that. I do like a YA contemporary. If it's gonna be, it needs to be diverse or hard-hitting, and I really like the way that this one was done. So overall, I would say that you should go out and read this book when it comes out on August 25th, I believe. I'll change it on the screen if I'm incorrect. And pick this up. Go ahead and read it. I probably would even I would say you could pre-order this. This was very well written. It was a very good time. And I really did enjoy the story overall. Well, that's everything that I have for this review. Thank you to Hear Our Voices for the art. Thank you to the author for the book. And I really hope to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and all of that stuff. And I will see you. Bye.